What is up, YouTube? I've got a quick revised video of my HPI Sprint 2 drift. My video yesterday I was playing with some body mounts so I wouldn't have to put holes in the body, and what I come up with was this, just a piece of Lexan cut from another around the edge of another body, and I cut at the mold line at the bottom where it has a fold in it, and I drilled some holes in them and put Velcro on them, and I mounted them over the back body post and over the front body post, so when I put the body down on it, the Velcro would hold the body. And now, since I got out today and done a little drifting around the driveway, and these hold, but you can see the body kind of flopping, doesn't really look all that great. So what I've come up with is these two mounting plates. They mount in the same manner. They go over the body mounts, or over the old body posts that have been sanded down, and I put the body clip through them. So if I decide to go to an old body, or if I decide I want to use the body mounts, the body post, I don't have to buy all new body posts. What I've done is just drilled some holes in these, put them down over the body post, put the pin in, but for extra stability to keep them from flopping this way, I drilled two little holes on each side, and I just run a little zip tie around them right there, and like so right there. Done an identical setup on the front. You can see how that kind of holds real tight to the shock tower, does not interfere with performance. It's semi-flexible along with the front of the car because of the body mounts, but this actually holds the body a lot better. And the body that's still, or the Velcro that is still on the inside of the body shields the body from these scratching the paint off of the inside. So now when I pop it down on there, it is extremely secure. You might notice I've done a little more cleaning up of the wiring. I put some mesh stuff over the wires, put a little piece of orange fuel hose over the little antenna for the Spectrum receiver, and as well as the power cord. I'm kind of going with a purple and orange theme here because with this being one of the original Sprint 2 drifts, it has all the purple anodizing on the aluminum parts. And if you notice, I didn't mention in my video of this car, but with this being the first generation, if that's what you want to call it, the front has this little triangle cutout. Now on the second gens, they have a triangle cutout here and one right in this area, and what that is to keep rocks from getting jammed down inside under the belt and the diff and ruining your diff and ruining your belt. You can see my belt has got a little wear on it from just such an occasion. Imagine that. But I've been fortunate enough for it to not damage my diff. So these belts this one's extremely loose, but these belts are $5 or $6 for the short one. I don't know how much the front one is. I've never had to replace it, but I've actually done a few little mods to the body today. As everyone knows from my Summit State Trooper truck, I live in the state of Arkansas, the great state of Arkansas. I'm not keen. Well, I'm not going to say I don't like Arkansas, but I've been here 5 or 6 years now. I like it, otherwise I wouldn't be here, obviously. But I put some stickers on the drift car last night. I was going for like a tuner theme with then with the stickers down the windshield. Also done the stage D on both sides of the spoiler. But I have this nifty vinyl that I can print my own stickers. So I made my own personalized Arkansas State license plate, Slidewayz. So this is Project Slidewayz. That's what I will probably refer to it as for a while. My other body, my R35 body, I didn't mention it in the first video when I actually showed the body, but across the windshield I made some stickers that said Sultan of Slide. That was my Sultan of Slide project. So I guess everybody's into naming their projects now. So I guess this will be Project Slidewayz. I've put in the light buckets. I've been looking at other ways to mount the light buckets. They come with you know, little double-sided tape, but the stuff is so thick that it does not really hold it well, and it leaves a gap around the light bucket. So what I've done, hold on a second, I'll get it. I've actually already done some testing on this with a couple pieces of Lexan that were painted, just to make sure it wasn't going to damage the paint and, you know, leave the inside bubbled or whatever. But you can see I've got this clear silicone looking stuff around these light buckets. It's soft, of course, like silicone. It is it's called Liquid Nails, and I'll show it to you real quick. It's called Liquid Nails, clearer than silicone, clear seal. This is a all-purpose sealant. It says it stays crystal clear, won't yellow, it's weatherproof. I actually used this to waterproof a set of lights that I have on my old Summit body, the ones on top. I replaced the 4 lights on top with a set of drift lights, I guess you could call them. The 2 front ones were blue and they strobe, and then the back ones, they just light up red. But I waterproofed the little computer, you know, the little circuit board is wrapped in a heat shrink. It's not completely sealed on, you know, on either end, so I filled it up with this stuff, and I sealed the button. I put a coat of this stuff on the little, you know, the, what do you call it, the little, just the function button, the power button, and it's completely waterproof now as well. So I did glue the headlight buckets and the taillight buckets in with this, and according to my test, it does not affect the paint. Now, I don't know about pulling it off. I don't plan on pulling it off or pulling the light buckets out. So when I get my LED kit, I will just run a drill bit, a very small drill bit, very slowly into these headlight buckets so I can mount my lights. But you can see on my mounts I've added extra Velcro. This is the hard side of the Velcro. I left this piece here to protect the body from the body posts, so it doesn't scratch and come through, and then I have a big gouge mark in my hood right here where it's screwed up the finish. So I've done that on the front and the back. See, the strip here was the original strip, and then I added this one because the arch of this back window was preventing this piece from actually flexing up and getting a good hold on it. So all the adhesion I was getting was right here and right here on the outside because of the flex of because of the arch of the window. Same thing with the front. I was only getting a small portion on the edge of the Velcro, and it was causing the body to kind of move about when I'd hit bumps and whatnot. But this is a very strong system. I'll show you this right quick. You just kind of eyeball it and line it up. Back on, get the front on, give it a nice little push, and you can pick the car up by the body. And this is a much firmer setup than what I had before. So yeah, This ought to work out a whole lot better. You actually pick it up by the wing. I mean, you can't snatch it. The Velcro does start to turn loose. You can probably hear it. But as far as looks, the scale realism, I like the Velcro instead of the 12-inch body posts. Some of these, I don't want to say what they are on camera because I want to keep my YouTube account in good standings. But some of the drift guys, they leave their body post 5 and 6 inches through the body, which looks kind of gay in my opinion, but who am I? But anyway, I just want to do a quick update. I'm sure I'll be fooling with this car more and more. I may do an overdrive gearing on the back or an underdrive gearing on the front. It's called counter steer or whatever it is. I guess it makes the back spin faster than the front, so it's always loose. Or I may lock the rear diff. I've seen some videos that really works in turns, but I've really got back into my drift car after 2 years of this sitting on the shelf, rarely being played with. I've gotten back into into drifting, and I want to do some. I want to do as much as I can to make this as fun as possible. I want to get the aluminum steering rack to eliminate the slop in the front end. You can see that. I don't know if it's the. I don't know if it's that. If it's the actual steering mechanism here and here, or if it's the tie rods having just the slightest amount of play in it. And each one, you know, having a, you know, 64th of slop, and each one equals to to an 1/8 of an inch play from left to right over the course of 4-6 connections. So I want to see what I can do with that. And one other thing I've done, I put the cap back on this Valenian motor. Of course, I peeled the Valenian sticker off because it was half off anyway. But I put the cap back on because I've actually had to rebuild this Valenian can one time. I burned up an outdrive bearing on this side when it was in my Stampede, and it was, I don't think it didn't have anything to do with the cap not being on it because it was at this end, but I don't want the output bearing on this end, or whatever it's called. I don't want the bearing on the back of this can to burn up, because it is a pain in the ass to get those bearings out of that housing, out of the can and out of the end cap. This one actually is bolted on. Some of these, I've heard some of these Valenian cans are sealed. I don't know. I've never seen one that was sealed, but this one, there's 4 bolts in the end of it, and it comes right off. But those bearings are a pain to get out of that housing. So honestly, I don't remember how I got it out. I think I hammered it out with a little T90 socket. But yeah, that's the update on my drift car. I'm just gonna give you guys that. These plates were some kind of an electrical bracket that I had laying around. I had 2 of them laying around. I had to cut the back one down slightly to fit in between the spoiler mounts right here and right there, and I had to trim it down slightly with a grinder, and then I rounded all the edges, and I shot it with a coat of Indy Silver by Pactra. Put a nice finish on it, and yeah, so if you like this video, thumbs up, thumbs down. You ain't hurting my feelings either way. So I hope you guys like it and enjoy Project Slidewayz. I'm sure I will have more videos in the coming weeks. Definitely gonna have a new video of my Summit State Trooper body. I redone the stickers on it. I'll actually probably do a video of it later, but I redone all the stickers on it because the material that I used to print the stickers before it was clear, and it didn't come out as bright and as vivid as I wanted it to, so I redone those today on a white vinyl, and I'll probably do a review on it again, a revisit or a reboot or a 2.0, whatever you want to call it. But for now, Project Slidewayz is probably my first and foremost project. I did mention in another video about doing a resurrection video of my Traxxas Stampede, which it will probably be brushed so my children can play with it. My oldest son is 6, and he is dying to play with one of these things, and he actually played with my Summit some this evening, so he was thrilled to death about that he got to drive Daddy's police truck. So my youngest boy is 3. He's getting into the hobby. He wants to play like Daddy and Big Brother do. So I've actually got some 32nd scale rally cars that we enjoy playing with too. I may actually do a review on those as well. But for now, I'm focused on Project Slidewayz. Like I said, I'm gonna get a faster servo. This one isn't quite fast enough. I may do some aluminum knuckles, C-hubs, some new dog bones of some sort, front and rear, and I may actually rebuild the shocks on this thing. They're kind of bouncy. They don't seem to absorb. I think the shocks may be empty, honestly. But yeah, give me a comment. I'm still looking at a light set for Project Slidewayz. So if you guys have any suggestions for a light kit, hit me up in the comment section. Please help me out. Subscribe, comment, thumbs up, and there will definitely be more from Project Slidewayz coming up. So for now, a big thanks to everybody that does watch, and have a good one. Thanks.